Welcome, Star Wars fans, to the ultimate galaxy-spanning showdown. With a saga as legendary as Star Wars, the task of ranking its cinematic masterpieces is no small feat. Join us on a journey to a galaxy far, far away as we embark on the epic quest to determine which of these iconic films stands above the rest. From the original classics that ignited our love for the Force to the modern adventures that continue to captivate audiences, we're about to embark on a thrilling journey through the entire Star Wars cinematic universe. So, fire up your hyperdrive, polish your lightsabers, and prepare to explore the galaxy in search of the definitive ranking of the Star Wars movies. Number 11, The Last Jedi. As a lifelong Star Wars fan, it's tough for me to say this, but I can't help but feel that The Last Jedi missed the mark. It's not that I don't appreciate innovation and a fresh take on the franchise, but it's essential to strike a balance between innovation and respecting the core elements that have made Star Wars so beloved. One of the things that made the original trilogy special was its adherence to classic storytelling. It followed the hero's journey, and we grew to love characters like Luke Skywalker because we saw them evolve and face challenges that resonated with us. But in The Last Jedi, it feels like they threw all of that out the window. Luke Skywalker, our hero, has become a disillusioned and reclusive figure. I get that characters need to evolve, but this felt like a complete departure from everything we knew about him. It's hard to reconcile the Luke from Return of the Jedi with the one we see in The Last Jedi. The Canto Bight subplot felt very unnecessary to the overall story, and it took valuable screen time away from the more compelling aspects of the story. It felt like filler, and in a Star Wars film, every moment should count. I can appreciate a director's desire to subvert expectations, but subversion should enhance the story, not undermine it. The Last Jedi seemed more interested in defying conventions for the sake of it, rather than telling a cohesive and satisfying narrative. Now, I'm not saying there weren't some visually stunning moments and interesting ideas in the film. There were. But the fundamental issues with character development, tone, and pacing left me feeling like The Last Jedi didn't quite capture the essence of what makes Star Wars so special. It's okay to push boundaries, but let's not forget what made us fall in love with this galaxy far, far away in the first place. So, while I respect the attempt to take Star Wars in a new direction, The Last Jedi left me longing for the classic storytelling and emotional depth that made this franchise a cultural phenomenon. Sometimes, staying true to the heart of the story is more important than trying to be different just for the sake of it. At number 10, The Rise of Skywalker. When we look at The Rise of Skywalker in comparison to the other movies, it falls short in a few key areas. Firstly, the pacing and storytelling were a bit rushed. In an attempt to tie up the Skywalker saga, it felt like the film was trying to cram too much into its runtime. The result was a plot that sometimes felt disjointed and lacked the depth and character development that we've come to expect from the franchise. The handling of characters like Rey, Kylo Ren, and Finn seemed inconsistent with their development in the previous two films of the sequel trilogy. Certain character choices left me scratching my head. Then, there was the reveal of Emperor Palpatine's return. This felt super rushed and lacked the build-up needed for such a significant plot twist. It felt more like a last-minute panic edition, rather than a well-thought-out storyline. Rise of Skywalker occupies the 10th spot on my list because of its rushed storytelling, heavy reliance on nostalgia, divisive character choices, and the lack of a cohesive and satisfying conclusion to the Skywalker saga. Number 9. The Force Awakens. When The Force Awakens first graced our screens, it ignited a wave of excitement and anticipation. It felt like a triumphant return to the Star Wars universe with its nostalgic elements, intriguing new characters, and visually stunning presentation. Fans like myself were eager to see where this fresh installment would take the saga. However, as the sequel trilogy progressed, it became apparent that there was no cohesive long-term plan guiding the story. This lack of a unified vision led to significant creative differences between the filmmakers involved. As a result, the sequels took the story in unexpected directions that didn't always align with the setup provided by The Force Awakens. This lack of continuity and consistent storytelling across the trilogy was a source of frustration. Questions raised in The Force Awakens about Rey's parentage, the identity of Snoke, and other mysteries were not given the satisfying answers I expected. This left me feeling like the film set up intriguing threads that were ultimately left hanging or poorly resolved in the sequels. In essence, The Force Awakens suffers in retrospective ranking because of the disappointment caused by its sequels. The absence of a clear plan for the trilogy led to inconsistent storytelling and character development. For those like myself who were invested in the initial promise of The Force Awakens, the letdown of its sequels diminished the overall enjoyment of the film, leading to its 9th place ranking. Number 8. Solo. This movie delves into the backstory of one of the most beloved characters in the Star Wars universe, Han Solo. It provides insight into his early years, revealing how he acquired the Millennium Falcon, met Chewbacca, and developed his iconic personality. This film faced well-documented production troubles, highlighted by the replacement of directors Phil Lord and Christopher Miller with Ron Howard midway through filming. However, for me, the movie captures the adventurous and humorous spirit of the Star Wars franchise. It features thrilling action sequences, daring heists, and exciting space battles that kept me engaged in the film. Donald Glover as Lando Calrissian was without a doubt perfect casting. He brought charisma, charm, and depth to the character, making him a highlight of the film. Alden Ehrenreich faced the seemingly impossible challenge of replacing Harrison Ford as Han Solo. I felt his performance was respectable, but not the home run Donald Glover's performance was as Lando Calrissian. I've ranked Solo 8th on my list of Star Wars movies, because while it's an enjoyable adventure and an admirable attempt to explore the origins of Han Solo, it doesn't quite hold up to what had come before it in the Star Wars universe. Number 7. The Phantom Menace. First and foremost, The Phantom Menace takes us back to the beginning, offering a unique perspective on the origins of the Star Wars saga. It serves as a prelude to the beloved original trilogy, allowing us to witness the rise of the Sith and the early years of iconic characters like Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker. The film also brings to life some of the most memorable moments in Star Wars history. The pod race on Tatooine is an exhilarating sequence that showcases the thrill of the galaxy's most dangerous sport. The climactic lightsaber duel between Obi-Wan Kenobi, his master, and Darth Maul is a masterpiece of choreography and intensity, giving us one of the most iconic villain introductions in cinematic history. However, one of the central disappointments was the character of Jar Jar Binks. While intended to add comic relief, Jar Jar's antics and mannerisms left me finding him more annoying than endearing. The Phantom Menace has secured its spot at number 7 on my list, thanks to a blend of unforgettable moments, iconic character introductions, and a narrative that, while rich in potential, occasionally grapples with pacing issues. Number 6. Attack of the Clones. Now I understand that this is a controversial opinion, but let me make my case for why this often maligned entry in the Star Wars saga deserves its place in my rankings. Attack of the Clones delved deeper into the political intrigue that ultimately paved the way for the Galactic Empire. In this film, we witness the growing tensions in the galaxy and the complex web of deceit that Palpatine weaves to manipulate the Republic. Attack of the Clones expands on the Jedi lore. We see the Jedi at the height of their power, but we also begin to see the cracks in their seemingly invulnerable facade. It's a fascinating exploration of the hubris that eventually leads to their downfall. Now, I won't deny that Attack of the Clones has its flaws. The dialogue can be cringeworthy at times, and some of the pacing may feel uneven. However, these flaws do not affect my enjoyment of the film, as that remains unshaken. It's a film that holds a special place in my heart, and the imperfections only serve to make it a unique and endearing part of the Star Wars saga. Number 5. Rogue One. This film is a unique entry in the Star Wars universe for several compelling reasons. First and foremost, it stands as a testament to the creativity and bravery of Lucasfilm in exploring new facets of the saga. Unlike any other film in the franchise, it provides a gritty, boots-on-the-ground perspective of the rebellion. It's a war movie in space, focusing on the sacrifices and heroism of ordinary individuals who play a vital role in the fight against the Empire. Visually, Rogue One is a cinematic masterpiece. The space battles and the climactic assault on Scarif are some of the most awe-inspiring moments in Star Wars history. The film's final moments are nothing short of epic, as it seamlessly leads into the beginning of A New Hope. It's a perfect example of how prequels can enhance our appreciation of the original trilogy, enriching the storytelling tapestry of the Star Wars galaxy. While some may argue that Rogue One lacks the classic Star Wars tone and mystical elements of the Force, I believe it's a necessary departure. With its groundbreaking visuals and compelling storytelling, it has rightfully earned its place as my fifth favorite Star Wars movie, enriching the galaxy far, far away in the process. Number 4. Revenge of the Sith. This film gives us some of the most epic lightsaber duels between Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin, and the heart-wrenching clash between Yoda and Emperor Palpatine are some of the most iconic moments in the entire Star Wars franchise. Revenge of the Sith marks a pivotal moment in the Star Wars saga, serving as the bridge between the prequel and original trilogies. It beautifully showcases the rise of the Galactic Empire and the fall of the Jedi Order. Anakin Skywalker's transformation into Darth Vader is a central tragic theme, and it's executed with great emotional depth. We see the inner conflict that plagues him, which adds layers to his character and enhances the overall narrative. Revenge of the Sith delves deep into the theme of political intrigue. It's a complex, layered story that exposes the manipulation and corruption at the heart of the Republic's downfall. The character development in this film is significantly more adept in comparison to the other prequel movies. We witness Anakin's descent into darkness, Obi-Wan's struggle to confront his fallen apprentice, and Padmé's tragic fate. Revenge of the Sith's powerful character arcs, stunning visuals, and emotional depth earn it the fourth spot on my ranking of the Star Wars movies. Number 3. A New Hope. It stands as a cinematic legend, marking the inception of a beloved franchise. This iconic masterpiece plunged us into a meticulously crafted universe, showcasing grand clashes between the Rebel Alliance and the formidable Galactic Empire. A New Hope also gifted us with an unforgettable ensemble of characters, such as Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, Han Solo, Darth Vader, Obi-Wan Kenobi, R2-D2, and C-3PO, who have since etched themselves into the fabric of pop culture, adored by fans worldwide. The heart of this film resides in the dynamic interplay between these characters and their remarkable journeys. Beyond the surface, the movie delves into profound and timeless themes of hope, redemption, and the eternal battle between good and evil. The Force adds a mystical allure with its spiritual dimension. A New Hope encapsulates Star Wars in its purest and most enthralling form. It's a classic that transcends time, boasting a masterful narrative and groundbreaking cinematic accomplishments. Its enduring influence on both the film industry and popular culture solidifies its third place, ranking my list of Star Wars movies. Number 2. Empire Strikes Back. This film defies traditional storytelling, thrusting beloved characters into a darker narrative. It's the Empire's counterattack, exploring the struggle between good and evil, leaving us on the edge with an audacious cliffhanger. The character development in this film is truly unparalleled. We witness Luke Skywalker's profound transformation as he grapples with the complexities of the Force, his family legacy, and his own identity. He matures from a wide-eyed farm boy into a more nuanced and conflicted hero. Han Solo's roguish charm deepens, Leia's leadership shines through, and Yoda provides a profound and philosophical layer to the narrative. Darth Vader's true identity revelation, an iconic twist, humanizes the ultimate villain. John Williams' score, especially the haunting Imperial March, cements its classic status, leaving enduring emotions. It secures its place as the second-best Star Wars film, a testament to its captivating and resonating power. Number 1. Return of the Jedi. This cinematic masterpiece delivers the epic climactic conclusion to the struggle between the Rebel Alliance and the Galactic Empire. It's a masterful blend of action, adventure, and heart, giving us a satisfying and emotional resolution to the overarching conflict. Return of the Jedi also introduces the complex character of Emperor Palpatine, a Sith Lord of unparalleled malevolence. His dark influence looms large, providing a formidable adversary for our heroes. The conflict between the light and dark sides of the Force reaches its zenith in this film, exemplified by the Emperor's manipulative schemes and the final epic lightsaber duel between Luke, Vader, and the Emperor. The film's visual effects and practical work continue to impress, from the lush forests of Endor to the intricately designed Death Star. The monumental space battles, the speeder bike chase, and the intricate puppetry in Jabba's palace showcase the innovation and craftsmanship of the filmmaking. Return of the Jedi encapsulates the very essence of what makes Star Wars special. Its ability to bring the overarching narrative to a powerful and satisfying close while delivering memorable character arcs and moments, which is why this film rounds out my list in the top spot. That concludes my rankings of the live-action Star Wars films. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe.